Hi there, I'm Ari, and this is Jen. We want to walk through everything that we're doing with the allyship program and the automations that YouLi is bringing with this new platform. But first, our three goals for this whole thing were to facilitate ally connections. That's something that they have talked about a lot as this incredibly valuable piece that they want, but what we have offered historically is the ability to connect through the Facebook group or an Excel spreadsheet that can rapidly become outdated with a list of ally email addresses. So with this new platform, they'll have the ability to see up-to-date contact information that the allies themselves can manage so that if their email address changes or their branding changes, they can make sure that information is readily available. Our second goal, after helping to facilitate these ally connections, was the piece of making this very accessible for the global audience. So we want to make sure that the designs will work whether you can speak English as your first language, like me sometimes, um, or not, right? And then our third was really to streamline the TTC's admin workload. So to reduce the amount of effort that it takes for us to get allies onboarded and make sure their profiles are visible on the TTC website. And that's where Jen and her team have come on board. Jen, would you like to take it away?
Yeah, thank you very much, Ari. And it's been really wonderful working with Ari on this project. I think we've created some amazing designs and made really good progress. So I'm just going to jump in to show you that here. So I'm going to share my screen and show you what we've accomplished so far, which is this is an actual live page. This is an example of the kind of designs that we're moving towards and implementing. So this is the first live piece that went live last week and is allowing allies to either renew their memberships or sign up for a new one so they can attend Transcend. So here you can see we've rolled out the new plans, individual, small, medium, and large. So we are hoping for more and more of those large ones with 2,000 as the base, and then they can add extra logins to pay for extra staff there. Once they complete that transaction, they will be prompted to attend Transcend, and to Ari's point, they will be automatically updated in HubSpot, and they will be shipped a journal if they qualify for that. So what used to be a very sort of manual process of contacting them to get their address is now simply handling the fact that an address has come in and shipping that because the system knows that they've qualified to get a journal. So we've eliminated many steps there and really streamlined that process, and that's already in place. Any comments on that one, Ari, what we've accomplished so far?
Well, one of the other pieces that we included in this automation is the emails that are going out to the allies. So once they do the registration, they go here and then they get this series of emails. If they're a renewal, it's one email right now, but we'll expand on that. But new allies have this existing automation that we had built into place in December. We've carried that into this piece as well. So they'll still start to receive this set of emails. It's like, welcome, here's how you can connect. Have you thought about the events? And just giving them a little bit more information.
Amazing. So that's what we've accomplished so far. Now we're going to jump into kind of what's coming, and we hint a little bit at what is coming here on this page as well, but you guys get a even more sneak peek. So can you see here, this is what we used for our original announcement, kind of giving people a hint that they're going to actually be able to go into a directory and search for each other and filter based on different attributes, where they work, what their specialties are, and things like that. So that was kind of our original mock-up, but we've spent the last few months really honing in on the design. And one of the things we're really focused on was the profile. So making it really easy for them to create their profile once they've paid for their membership, and making it really easy for the TTC team, once it's actually been submitted for review, they can actually approve that from within HubSpot. So they will set the profile to be approved and it'll automatically get listed on the TTC website. And it will, let me just pull up the example here. it will show within the community as well. So here's a mock-up of what these community profiles will look like. So this is for Islands Getaway, our made-up company here, and this is an internal version. There will also be a public version that's shown on the website. One of the most important things about these profiles, besides the fact that they're all automated so that the TTC doesn't have to spend as much time on them, but also we're really emphasizing this, what I'm offering to the community, what I'm asking from the community. And just want to say thank you, Sally, for some feedback on improving that language. And so here we have this particular company is offering experience with family-focused design and sustainable trip design, but they're asking for someone to help them expand into other locations. So this is something where we think if we give people a way of continuously updating, like what do they bring to the community and what are they asking for help with, it will mean that people will make deeper connections that actually have impact. So rather than just following and liking, it's actually creating that, oh yeah, I can actually help this company expand into the Dominican Republic. And so you can click to give help and connect in a very focused kind of way. So another quick example, this is another one just to kind of show the difference here. You'll notice that there's this fun little thing here called a badge. This is a new idea that we've come up with, and we'll kind of get into that. This is something where we felt, yes, we want to create those connections, those focus connections around a particular activity, like you know, giving advice, marketing advice, or just mentorship or something like that. But then we wanted a way to sort of recognize that. And so, for example, Spiritual Paddles has earned 2 badges here, Sunny Optimism and Awesome Human. Kind of silly little examples for our mock-up here. But the point is that these badges, so in this case, we've got Islands Getaway, they give the Sunny Optimism badge, and they've interacted with Spiritual Paddles and given Spiritual Paddles their Sunny Optimism badge because they had a really great interaction with them. And it's a way of sort of tying people together. And we hope that companies like Island Getaway will become known for giving out the Sunny Optimism badge, and people will seek them out because they know that that's kind of the kind of connection that they're making with that other company. Any other comments on the badge idea, Ari? I know it was a new one.
Well, I love the badge idea, and this is a really great example of how Jen and team came and they said, hey, so we've got this idea, and I think that this is a great way for our community to connect. So it's another reason why I'm really excited to be working with you, Jen, because they found this idea and then it has turned into this beautiful thing where awards meets likes. And so we can build the connection in a very tangible way, similar to the way that Facebook rewards its users with the interactions, right? That's what we're aiming for here. And I think that will be another way that will be a powerful connection between the allies. If you don't mind, I'll circle back. You threaded it in there just a little bit, but you talked about how having these profiles and allowing the allies to be able to update their profiles and have that show up on the TTC website. Now that's for business allies only, but how that is now an automated process that's a lot simpler for the TTC. And I just really want to underscore how much additional work that streamlines for us to be able to do that. That was one of our biggest lifts in the Ally program, was managing, asking people for their ally information to be able to create their profile, and then asking them again, and then asking them a third time because the logo that they sent us was half cropped off. So I'm very, very excited about that piece as well.
So having them have access to basically come in here to create it in the first place, but then also if they need to edit that. So if they need to change where they're doing business, or they have a new intro video or something like that, they can do that without TTC's involvement. So that's a huge piece. And I think an overall thread to this whole project is really empowering the allies and reducing the workload on the TTC staff. And so just kind of digging a little bit further into the badges, here's an example of like recently received badges where someone can kind of give you that, like, you've been amazing, a true warrior, regenerative warriors. That's another example of sort of the idea of the kinds of badges that people might create. We recognize it's a new idea, and we anticipate a lot of testing and a lot of learning around like what colors and what badges and all that kind of stuff. So we operate in an agile model, which is why we're focused on delivering a soft launch in May. That's going to be focused on our existing ally members. And this is where we're going to be working with them to get feedback on all the various aspects of the new platform, including how the badges need to work and what will make them something that they really embrace and own. Because this needs to be a creative outlet for the companies. It needs to feel like a way of creating a truer kind of connection and reward that goes beyond the like kind of idea of other platforms. And then I did want to just quickly show kind of the idea of making these connections. So being able to sort of receive these sort of pending connections and then sort of be able to see your network. And then based on an interaction that you've had, you can choose to award that badge to that person or see that you have awarded your badge to that person. So we're trying to create a mechanism by which people have real world offline interactions, but then they come back to the platform to tell us about it by awarding a badge. Because you know, the problem with the likes and all that kind of stuff, it's so ephemeral, it's very addictive to do, but it's not really meaningful. But if we just push them to offline experiences, then we don't know whether or not we've enabled anything. And so the badges are also a mechanism for the platform to be aware that real connections actually happened, because they went offline, they had an interaction, they worked together in a way that they now feel like awarding a badge is something that's worth doing. So they came back into the platform and clicked award my badge. So that's just sort of closing that loop between the sort of online world and the real offline experiences that we're hoping to enable.
Which puts us in a great position for the future to be able to say, we have X number of allies who have made X number of connections, right? So that we can really quantify the value of allyship for folks who are interested and curious.
And I think that kind of covers all the previews that we're going to walk through today of the platform. We have lots more screens, obviously, in terms of the full member search, and there will be an activity feed where you can kind of see who's recently launched their profiles. But the important thing to recognize is that we're focused on the quality of the interactions. I know that's been a strong theme in working with TTC. So we want to make sure that this isn't something that people log into once and never interact with again. So that's really important. And we work in very much an agile, iterative model, which Ari's been really great with. And so we're really excited to be able to get the soft launch out in May, and then be able to get that feedback and work with the early adopters and the allies that are really engaged, learn, improve, and then do that full release in July with, of course, like little iterations along the way, but being able to have kind of like the full big capabilities that we've envisioned launching in July.
Thank you so much, Jen.
Thank you.